Hey everybody, how are ya? So today we're talking about Argo on Blu-ray. This is a declassified true story. This is directed by Ben the Daredevil Affleck. And you know what? We'll talk more about that here in a second. So Johnny, hit my intro. It's Argo on Blu-ray, directed by Ben Affleck, and after watching Reindeer Games years ago, who would have ever thought Ben Affleck would be a good director? And I have a theory that's why he started directing movies, so he could like cast himself in good movies. So rather than just talk about this Blu-ray, let's pop it in and see what it's all about. Let's check out the bonus features and the picture quality. Oh, here's the last movie I watched. It's Live Free, Die Hard. A lot better than Die Hard 5. We're gonna leave it at that. There we go. There's Ben Affleck.
Everything. Our embassy has been seized and more than 60 American citizens continue to be held as hostages.
If we're going to go, then we need to go now.
Argo is based on this Iranian revolution where they overtake the US embassy and a few of the American citizens that are working there escape, and they eventually end up at a Canadian ambassador's house, and they hide out there for an extended period of time while the CIA tries to develop a plan to get them out of there. One of their plans were to have them get on bicycles and ride them 600 miles. Like, whoever the hell came up with that should be fired. Now, is Argo a good movie? Definitely. But does it have some issues? Yeah. After watching the movie a second time, I really started to pick up on some of the cliches that the movie was throwing at you. Now, this movie is based on a true story. And with every true story, Hollywood always kind of gets their fingers in it and starts changing things for the more dramatic effect. Because in reality, you know, if you made a movie based solely on a true story, it's going to be a little bit boring and bland here and there. But Argo at times kind of throws in a cliche suspense scene. And it's just like we've seen that 100 times, and you think that they could have done a little something more subtle where it builds up the emotional drama or suspense without having the bad guys at the end of the movie driving down the tarmac after the plane waving their AK-47s, which, by the way, in reality, that never happened. And I just want another reason to hold up my toy AK-47. Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about the movie, but let's talk about the picture quality and special features on this thing. So let's go into the special features here. Now, you have a feature in-link picture-in-picture eyewitness account, and they talk about the actual events of the film and what it was really like. You have another special feature on here called Rescue from Tehran. We were there. It has Jimmy Carter in there. Jimmy Carter, what a nice guy. And then you have behind the scenes of Argo, absolute authenticity. You have Argo, the CIA Hollywood connection, and then you have documentary Escape from Iran, the Hollywood option. So the special features on this thing are pretty much everything you're going to need to know. It has documentaries about the true story, what was happening, the making of the film. They really get in depth. I mean, some of these documentaries, the one's like 46 or 47 minutes long, and it really showcases everything that you really need to know in detail. Anyway, the Blu-ray picture quality of Argo is phenomenal. You know, it has that very high contrast, gritty look that Ben Affleck does with all of his movies. Especially, this movie almost looks identical to the way The Town was shot. And the thing about Ben Affleck movies is he uses a lot of handheld camera shots rather than setting the camera on a tripod, which, by the way, when you have a camera that's being handheld, and I'm not talking about shaky cam, he doesn't just shake the camera around for the hell of it. Anyway, the Blu-ray picture quality on Argo is phenomenal. At times you can see like they're using this digital kind of filter to make it look a little bit older, like a vintage late 70s kind of film. And I really like that. You know, it really made you feel like you're in the time period that the movie takes place in. So is Argo worth picking up on Blu-ray? Well, you know what? Argo is one of those stories where I don't know if you really need to watch it over and over again. For me, it's one of those movies I don't think I can watch as many times as I can say watch The Town. But you know what? It's a solid movie. It's a well-made movie, and it looks great on Blu-ray. So based on all of those, I would recommend picking it up on Blu-ray if you're a huge Affleck fan and you want to see a decent movie. So anyway, guys, I think I'm going to finish watching some of these documentaries on this Blu-ray because that's what I'm really fascinated with. And as Alan Arkin would say, I'll go fuck yourselves. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and make sure you check out my last video where we talk about Die Hard 5.